welcome to Rouse. Sorry I didn't see you last week, but it's great to see you this week. My name's Rick, and this is Rouse Anglican Church, where usually on Thursdays at 10 o'clock, we have a playgroup with parents and carers and kids. We have songs, we have a lot of movement, we have some stories, and then morning tea and coffee. But it's great that you're able to join us and that you found us here on Facebook Live or on YouTube. We always start with bubbles. So, let me just get them here. I'll blow some bubbles in the air, and if your parents don't mind you touching the computer screen, you can try and pop the bubbles. Here we go. There's usually a song that goes with the bubbles. I can't play music live on Facebook Live. Bubbles pop, bubbles pop, bubbles pop, pop, pop. I like blowing bubbles, see them floating in the air. Did you manage to pop some bubbles? I hope you did. There's someone here with me who wants to say hello. Do you know who it might be? Let me just step off the screen. Keep watching. It's the Rouseabout Cat. The Rouseabout Cat wants to say hello. Oh, the Rouseabout Cat wants you to know that Rouseabout Cat has a friend today who we're going to meet soon. And Rouseabout Cat hopes that you have a good day and can sing some songs as well. We always start with the same song, which goes like this. Clap your hands, clap, clap, clap. Everyone together, clap, clap, clap. Stamp your feet, stamp, 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 and turn around. Reach up high and bend down low. It's good to see you, hello. It's good to see you, hello. Join in with me. Clap your hands, clap, clap, clap. Everyone together, clap, clap, clap. Stamp your feet, stamp, 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 and turn around. Reach up high and bend down low. We're friends of Jesus, hello. We're friends of Jesus, hello. Here at Rouse Anglican Church, we want parents and carers, mums and dads, kids, grandparents, great-grandkids, whatever it is, to know Jesus and the love that he has for the world and his goodness to us. Hello, if you're watching, let me know if you're watching by posting in the comments below so that I can say hello to you by name, or send me a text message if that's an easier way to do it. Rouseabout Cat said that we had a guest coming along today, and we're going to meet the guest. Oh, you want me to go off the screen and so that the guest can come on screen like you did? And so the children can try and guess. Okay, I'll disappear and the guest will appear. You keep watching the screen. Huh, what's that? Is that an ear? It would be a very big ear. And it's got some claws. Maybe it's not an ear. What animal is this? Oh, there's something poking up. With an eye. There's a very strange shaped head. And a beak. It's some kind of bird. Flying? This is a pterodactyl. It's a pterodactyl. It's a pterodactyl. And he's very good at hugging. Do you want to see the pterodactyl hug? He's going to give Rouseabout Cat a hug. Ready? Watch this. And I should have practiced this. Oh, there we go. Hug. Pterodactyl is great at giving hugs. His wings come together, so I can get him to give me a hug. Like this. There we go. Hello, Pterodactyl. Guess what his name is? His name's Terry. That amuses me anyway. Terry the Pterodactyl. All right. You, Terry the Pterodactyl, you disappear for a moment. We're going to sing a song. Go down there. Okay. Oh, I'm back. Let's sing, because Terry the Pterodactyl's arms can open and shut, so let's sing Open, Shut Them. Can you put your hands up? Open, shut them, give a little clap. Open, shut them, lay them in your lap. Sneeze. Creep them, right up to your chin. My chin's under my beard. Open wide your little mouth. But do not pop them in. Roll them just like this. Shake them, blow a little kiss. And we can do the silly version of that song. Do you know the silly version? Instead of saying open, shut them, you say everything backwards. Open, shut them. That's going to be confusing, isn't it? Let's try. I'm pretty sure you can do it. Open, shut them, give a little clap. Open, shut them, lay them in your lap. Creep them, right up to your chin. Open wide your little mouth. But do not pop them in. Roll them just like this. Shake them, blow a little kiss. Oh, that wasn't very nice of me to blow a raspberry at you, but that's how the song goes. There's another song that we do with our hands. It's called Incy, Wincy, Spider. So can you do this with your fingers? Thumb and little finger. Thumb and little finger. Incy, Wincy, Spider went up the water spout. Incy, Wincy, Spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed poor Incy out. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. So Incy, Wincy, Spider climbed up the spout again. There's a few spiders on the windows outside, and I saw a bird this morning coming along and trying to eat the spiders. I hope Incy, Wincy, Spider's safe up the water spout. We could do it this way too, couldn't we? This is a water spout, and here comes Incy, Wincy. Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed poor Incy out. Out came the sunshine and dried up all the rain. So Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the spout again. Hey, we've had a message from Carl and Neil. Say hi. They'll catch up when they're doing their jobs. I'm so glad, Carl and Niels, that you are doing your jobs around the house and being helpful to your mum and your dad. It's wonderful when kids are helpful. You'll see me later. Okay. God knows that Carl and Niels are being helpful in the house. God knows everything about this world because he made the world. God knows everything about us because he made us. God knows when I sit down. God knows when I stand up. God knows when I jump and hop. God knows when I'm speaking. God knows when I'm sleeping. God knows when I wake up. God knows when I run and stop. My God can see from far away. He watches over us each day. He knows the thoughts inside my head and all my words before they're said. God knows when I sit down. God knows when I stand up. God knows when I jump and hop. God knows when I'm sleeping. God knows when I wake up. God knows when I run and stop. Our God can see from far away. He watches over us each day. He knows the thoughts inside my head and all my words before they're said. God knows. God knows everything. God knows who we are. God knows where we are. God knows our families. And it's good that he knows us because he loves us and he cares for us. Today's story is about a boy called Dave who didn't know where his dogger was because he'd lost his dogger. And I'm going to need to race over and get the book. Hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm back. All right. This is the book. It's called Dogger by Shirley Hughes. Should we read a story together? Dogger by Shirley Hughes. There's Dogger and there's Dave, who owns Dogger. Once there was a soft brown toy called Dogger. One of his ears pointed upwards and the other one flopped over. His fur was worn in places because he was quite old. He belonged to Dave. Dave was very fond of Dogger. He took him everywhere. Sometimes he gave him rides in a trolley. Sometimes he pulled him along on a lead made of string, like a real dog. When it was cold, he wrapped him up in a bit of blanket. Now and again, Dave's mum said that Dogger was getting much too dirty. She showed Dave how to wash him in a bowl of soapy water. Then they hung him up by his tail on the washing line to dry. There's Dave with a bowl of soapy water, and there's Dogger hanging up by his tail. Dave's baby brother Joe liked hard toys. He liked putting them in his mouth and biting on them because he was getting teeth. Dave's big sister Bella took 7 teddies to bed with her every night. She had to sleep right up against the wall to stop herself from falling out. But Dave liked only Dogger. One afternoon, Dave and Mum set out to collect Bella from school. Mum took Joe in the pushchair, and Dave took Dogger. Next to the school gate where the mums waited was a playing field. Some men with ladders were putting up coloured flags. Mum said that there was going to be a summer fair to get money to buy things for the school. Dave pushed Dogger up against the railings to show him what was going on. Just then, the children started to come out of the school. An ice cream van came round the corner playing a tune. Bella ran up with her satchel flying. "Mum, can we have an ice cream?" Mum gave her the money for 2 cones. Joe didn't have a whole cone to himself because he was too dribbly. On the way home, Dave walked beside the pushchair, giving Joe licks off his ice cream. That was nice of him. Joe kicked his feet about and shouted for more in-between licks. At tea time, Dave was rather quiet. In the bath, he was even quieter. At bedtime, he said, "I want Dogger." But Dogger was nowhere to be found. Oh dear. Do you know where Dogger might be? Mum looked under the bed. She looked behind the cupboard. She searched in the kitchen. And underneath the stairs, Dave watched anxiously through the banisters. Joe watched through the bars of his cot. Bella joined in to look for Dogger. She turned out her own toy box in case he was in there. But he wasn't. When Dad came home, he searched for Dogger too. He searched in the shed and down the garden path with a torch, but Dogger was quite lost. Poor Dave. Dave was very sad when he went to bed. Bella kindly lent him one of her teddies to go to sleep with, but it was not the same thing as Dogger. Dave kept waking up in the night and missing him. Oh, poor little Dave. Where do you think Dogger might be? The next day was Saturday, and they all went to the school summer fair. The playing field was full of stalls and sideshows. There were people with toys and flowers, and there's Dave and Bella and Mum and Dad and Joe. Bella's running to meet her friend. And there's a Lucky Dick stall and a coconut shy, and some clothes and hats for sale, and a throw a ball into a basket, and some more activities and teas. Oop, sorry about that. Have to turn the page. There was a fancy dress parade with a girl dressed as Little Miss Muffet, a boy in the news, a fairy, and there's a clown, and I'm not sure who that one is, but that's a Dalek, an Indian and a pirate. A fancy dress parade. There were sports with an egg and spoon race. Oh, somebody dropped their egg. Wow, that's great running. And a wheelbarrow race. Oh, somebody fell over there, landed on their face. And a father's race. Go, Dad. Run, go, Dad. Oh, there's me. And somebody wins. Bella was very good at races. She won the 3-legged race with her friend Barbara. Wouldn't you like to go in for a race, they asked Dave. But Dave didn't feel like racing. He was missing Dogger too much. Then another very exciting thing happened to Bella. She won first prize in a raffle. It was a huge yellow teddy bear wearing a beautiful blue silk bow. He was almost as big as Dave. Dave didn't like that teddy at all. At that moment, he didn't like Bella much either because she kept on winning things. He went off on his own to look at the stalls. One lady had a toy stall full of knitted ducks and cars and baby dolls in bonnets, and there, at the very back of the stall, behind a lot of other toys, was Dogger. There's Dogger. He was wearing a ticket saying 5 pence. There were a lot of people round the stall. Dave tried to explain to the lady that it was his dogger who'd got lost and somehow been put on the stall by mistake, but she wasn't listening. He looked in his pocket. He had 3p, but that wasn't enough. He ran to find Mum and Dad to ask them to buy Dogger back at once. Dave went everywhere in the crowd, but he couldn't see Mum and Dad. He thought he was going to cry. At last he found Bella by the cakes. When she heard about Dogger, she and Dave ran back to the toy stall as fast as they could, but something terrible had happened. Dogger had just been bought by a little girl. She was already walking off with him. Dave began to cry. Bella ran after her and tried to explain that Dogger really belonged to Dave and could they please buy him back, but the little girl said no. She said that she had bought Dogger with her own money and she wanted him. She held on to him very tightly. Dave cried and cried, and the little girl started to cry too. But out of the corner of her eye, she caught sight of Bella's big yellow teddy. She stopped crying and put out her hand to stroke his beautiful blue silk bow. Poor Dave, still crying. Then Bella did something very kind. "Would you swap this teddy for my brother's dog then?" she asked. Right away, the little girl stopped crying and began to smile. She held out Dogger to Dave, took the big teddy instead, and went off with him in her arms. Then Dave smiled too. He hugged Dogger and he hugged Bella round the waist. "Thank you, Bella," he said. That night, Dave had Dogger in bed beside him. Bella was practicing somersaults. "Shall you miss that big teddy?" Dave asked her. "No," said Bella, "I didn't like him much really. He was too big and his eyes were too starey. Anyway, if I had another teddy in my bed, there wouldn't be room for me." Oh, I'm so glad Dave's got Dogger back. There's Bella going to sleep with 7 teddy bears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's Dave going to sleep with just Dogger. What a relief. That's the book Dogger by Shirley Hughes. Shirley Hughes has written lots of other books like the Alfie books. Alfie and Annie Rose. Alfie gets locked out of the house. Alfie paints a picture. Really great books if you can manage to track some down. And also, just on the, we're at church, just on that story, someone who's lost, someone who owns the lost person searching for them, and a buyback and an exchange done generously by someone who loves their brother. Some parallels there about what God does for us and what Jesus has done for us. If you'd like to find out more, please get in touch. We want you to know God's goodness to us in Jesus. Dave was crying when he couldn't find Dogger, and then he was happy when he got Dogger back. If you're sad and you know it, have a cry. If you're sad and you know it, have a cry. If you're sad and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're sad and you know it, have a cry. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray! If you're happy and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray! How are you feeling today? Are you feeling sad? Or are you feeling happy? Sometimes we feel all sorts of emotions in the day. We might feel sad or happy. We might feel scared or lonely. We might feel angry. If you're feeling lonely, it can be a good idea to find someone and get a hug. If you're lonely and you know it, give mum or dad or brothers a hug, or sisters. If you're lonely and you know it, give someone you love a hug. If you're feeling lonely and you know it, then you really ought to show it. If you're feeling lonely and you know it, give someone you love a hug. Be good to do some more moving around, wouldn't it? Let's sing the Hokey Pokey. You put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, you put your right hand in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Whoa, the hokey pokey. Whoa, the hokey pokey. Whoa, the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. You put your left hand in, you put your left hand out, you put your left hand in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Whoa, the hokey pokey. Whoa, the hokey pokey. Whoa, the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. Right foot this time. You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. We'll go this way. Whoa, the hokey pokey. Whoa, the hokey pokey. Whoa, the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. Left foot. You put your left foot in, you put your left foot out, you put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Go this way. Whoa, the hokey pokey. Whoa, the hokey pokey. Whoa, the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. Everything in. You put everything in. You put everything out. Too far. You put everything in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Oh, the hokey pokey. Oh, the hokey pokey. Oh, the hokey pokey. That's what it's all about. Got a bit crazy there. It's fun being able to run behind the television. Ready? We'll go this way. Whoa! Did you see Rouse about cat just then? Very strange. We're glad you joined us on the live stream. Hope it's kept your kids occupied for a bit. Rouse Anglican Church, we live stream every Sunday, 10 a.m, 5 p.m. for our Sunday gathering. So song, Bible reading, prayers, and most importantly, we hear God's word read and God's word taught. We also have our wonderful kids church team who put together kids church video, kids church resources every Sunday. If you go to our website, rhac.org.au, you can find links to all those things. Or, go to YouTube, look up, search for Rouse Anglican Church. You'll find all the back catalogue of Rouse About. That's embarrassing, my hair gets longer from last year. And also links to previous Sundays. We have one more song to go before we go, but from Rouse About Cat and Terry the pterodactyl. How do we see his face? It's goodbye. Goodbye, Rouse About Cat. Goodbye, Terry. Clap your hands, everyone together. Stamp your feet and turn around. Reach up high and bend down low. Let's wave goodbye now. Let's go. Clap your hands, everyone together. Stamp your feet and turn around. Reach up high and then down low. Let's wave goodbye now. Let's go. Let's wave goodbye now. Let's go. Have a great... Oh, man. Hope you have a good rest of Thursday or whatever day you're watching this. Grab some morning tea and we'll see you again next week.